After the baby human has learned that the world is full of objects that come in all shapes and sizes, and that they obey certain physical laws, they begin to experiment with those objects. They discover that some enable them to accomplish tasks that they couldn't otherwise manage. Gradually, they enter an exciting new phase of development, the tool user. Amanda Woodward wanted to know at what age the baby human understands that something can be used as a tool. She establishes that 8-month-old Clay would like to play with the rubber duck. At this age, he can easily find and retrieve hidden objects. But will Clay be able to figure out that if he pulls the cloth toward him, he will be able to retrieve his toy? That the cloth can be a tool? Clay is still too young to understand that. But what happens when a child is a few months older? For 11-month Austin, it's no problem at all. Time and again, he knows that the cloth is the key to getting his toy. He understands how to use it as a tool. But will 8-month-old Clay have to wait until he's 11 months before he can understand this? Amanda Woodward carefully demonstrates that the cloth can actually be of some use. He immediately catches on. That's how the baby human learns. As with all good scientists, observation is the key. Humans are tool users. Although tool use has been seen in a number of other primates, the range and sophistication of tools that humans use is vastly more developed. One of the first tools the baby human encounters is the spoon, although it takes a while to master. Getting food to the mouth is a complicated process. No wonder it's such a mess. Sometimes the only solution is to abandon the spoon in favor of the basic tool available to all primates, the hand.
She does sometimes.
It allows them to pick out the smallest of morsels. And years later, if they choose, perform the most delicate acts of surgery. But learning to use the right tool for the task may take some time. Because the spoon is such an important tool, researchers have been able to use it to study how the baby human learns over time. In Rachel Keene's lab, researchers wanted to turn this common situation into a problem-solving task. They changed the orientation of the spoon with every trial, alternating, once with the handle of the spoon to the right and once to the left. For 9-month-old Julie, her right hand is her preferred hand. When the orientation of the spoon is presented to Julie with the handle to the right, she has no problem, although it does get a bit messy. But when the spoon is flipped with the handle to the left, Julie still picks it up with the right hand. And after a series of underhand maneuvers, she finally gets the peaches into her mouth. Alex is 14 months, and his dominant hand is the left. He also refuses to give it up, even though it's more awkward to get at the pears. "19-month-old Aiden knows what he likes, and it's applesauce. His preferred hand is the right one. He hesitates for a moment, but gladly gives up using his dominant hand to grasp the spoon the intended way. At this age, Aiden has learned to switch hands depending on which way the handle is facing. He uses his knowledge of the tools and his thinking skills to solve the problem. But not all tools are handheld. As baby humans get older, they begin to understand how many objects in their environment can be turned into tools. By 18 months, they've figured out how to use them to solve a wealth of common daily problems. A little plastic box can be used as a step to reach the sink. Gradually, the tools become more varied and more sophisticated. And it takes an 11-month-old cruiser to know that a couch can be a helpful tool when she wants to get a toy. A handrail is not usually thought of as a tool, but it is. And baby humans come to depend on them just as adults do. At Karen Adolph's lab, researchers ran a number of experiments using a handrail. The first thing they wanted to know was whether a 16-month-old toddler knows when they need the support of a handrail. As the bridge gets narrower, Stephanie becomes more cautious. And when it's too narrow, she pats the ground with her foot. And then looks to the researcher for help. Then a full railing is put in place.
Get some Cheerios. Look, put some more in the box. Look, honey.
Stephanie taps the handrail and makes sure it's solid.
So many in the cup. You can get some more? Come get the Cheerios. You can do it. Once she figures it out, yeah. Come on.
Grasping the rail, she decides to trust it.
Good girl. Ring, 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 ring. No.
Then researchers replaced the wooden handrail with a soft rubber one. They wanted to find out whether the use of the handrail is a deep understanding on the part of the baby human. In other words, do they understand that what the handrail is made of will support their weight, or is it simply something they automatically grab hold of? She knows something is amiss. She swings it once or twice, and then turns back.
Come on over. Cheerios for you.
When one researcher tries to entice her with food and toys, Stephanie tries to explain her dilemma to the other one.
Where's the book? Look, here's the book. And they just explore a lot. That's fun.
She does everything to the rail. She tastes it, she feels it, but she knows it's completely untrustworthy. Then she appeals to the researcher. She knows that an adult can also be used as a tool in a pinch.